Hello again, students. So in this video, I'm going to be teaching you basically something called enum, which stands for enumerator. So enumerators are basically a way to define a variable that can hold your defined values. So instead of a variable that can store integers or text or characters or whatever, you can create a variable that can hold your defined value. So here's an example. So I'm going to define a new type, which is an enumerator, and I'm going to call that month type. Okay? And you open that, opening and closing curly braces, and then the semicolon at the end. And then you give the possible ways that this month type variable of that month type can store. Okay? So let's say, for example, the months that I'm gonna choose here are January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. So any variable of type month t can store only one of these values here. Okay, so let's create a variable. So month t, my month. So here I have created a variable of type month t, which is basically an enum, and that variable is called my month. So if I compile and run, as you can see, it works. There is no error in there. And I can say, for example, my month takes like June, for example. And I can see if my month is June, then printf, well, it is June. So I can make comparisons. I can compare the variable with the values that are possible there. And as you can see, yeah, it tells me, yes, it is June. You can also do comparison with the bigger and less sign or whatever. So if I say, for example, my month is less than September, it tells you, yeah, well, we kept the same message here, so I'm going to change that. June is before September. I'm not sure if I spelled that right or wrong, or whatever. So I'm going to execute that, and as you can see here, it says, yeah, June is before September. I think that I have to add that capitalization there. So, but if I say my month is less than January, it does not print anything, which means that this is false. The other one is true, but this is false, right? So how does the C language knows that December is after and September is after June, but January is before? Well, actually, it doesn't. The only thing it knows is the order the order that you defined your names with. So you define January, and then February, and then March, and then April. So basically, the one you define first is the one that has less, that is considered less than the others. So September is bigger than August, which is bigger than July, which is bigger than June, and so on. Well, it depends on the usage here. So it could be a variable. So this is an example. It could be a month. It could be, I don't know, like a color. It could be any type that will only hold values that you want to define yourself, and not like the regular types that we know, integers or real numbers or whatever. So this is your own type, and it has your own values. Okay, and finally, if you don't want to use this enum whenever you type in your type, the only thing you need to add here is the type def here. So type def, and then enum my month type. Well, it's month type actually. Month type will be month t. And now you don't need to use that enum anymore because you've defined it as a standard type. So whenever the program finds a month t, it'll consider that as an enum of month t. And as you can see, it works exactly the same way. So thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video.